Recently, I completed a subset in my Xbox 360 collection by getting all of the Disney-Pixar games for the Xbox 360. And I thought I would like to do a challenge. Courtesy of It's Illusion, I am starting the Disney-Pixar challenge in which I have to get all achievements for every Pixar game on the Xbox 360 before I reach 100 subscribers, or else I have to get the Pixar logo tattooed somewhere on my body. Again, thanks, It's Illusion. Welcome back to Socks and Sandals, and today we begin the Disney-Pixar Achievement Challenge. I'm starting this challenge with an advantage because I've already got all of the achievements for Up, WALL-E, and Toy Story 3 on the Xbox 360. There are still 9 more games in the Pixar subset on the Xbox 360 that I have to complete. So, I've decided to start this challenge by completing probably the more frustrating ones on the Xbox 360, that being Kinect Rush, a Disney-Pixar adventure. What makes this game so frustrating is the fact that you have to play it on the Xbox 360 Kinect. And probably the most difficult thing was getting the thing set up. I first had to rearrange my living room to even begin to start playing this game. And then the Kinect sensor, the fantastic piece of technology that it is, half the time could not detect my face. When I was wearing my pajama pants, it couldn't see my legs, so I had to either be completely nude in the living room or put normal clothes on, which I guess I have to do, for the achievements. But it was just a whole ordeal. I probably spent an hour trying to get the Kinect to actually see me. It kept telling me the room was too bright, which, okay, what do you want me to do? Play in the fucking dark? But when I was finally able to get the Kinect to see me in the room, I started the game, and the first achievement I got was a new me, which is to complete your first scanning. So when you start the game, it scans you. You have to do the pose at once, but like I said, because I was wearing pajama pants at the start of this, it couldn't see my legs, so it kept fucking up the scan. So I had to go put shorts on to get it to work. It also didn't sign me in, so I had to actually do a completely different scan in order to get the achievement to pop, because the way it works is if you don't have it set up to recognize you and automatically sign you in, it doesn't sign you in at the start of the game. So my first scan, it didn't pop the achievement, so I had to do it again to get the achievement to pop. But after that, we are dropped into Pixar Park. For the unaware, this is a kids game. I mean, Pixar animations are kids movies. Incredibles is a little much, but, it's made to appeal to the child demographic. So at the start, we get off a school bus. I guess it's like summer camp or something. And we're spending our summer at Pixar Park. I decided, and I probably should have saved the Toy Story world for last, because obviously Toy Story, a lot of people my age, Toy Story is probably their favorite Pixar series. It's kind of gone downhill after the third one, but, what can you do? Disney likes money, so they're gonna wring the life force out of any fucking IP they have. Anyway, so I started the Toy Story world, and after completing the first episode, I unlocked Fast Learner for completing my first episode alone or with a friend. A lot of these, at least at the start, are pretty easy. And after completing the first episode, I got a bronze medal on that episode, unlocking me the Bronze Away achievement to win a bronze medal, alone or with a friend. After that, I then went into the Kinect menu and looked at the leaderboards. Unfortunately, the online service for this game has been shut down, but just by clicking on the leaderboard tab, I unlocked top of the charts, which is to see the leaderboards for any episode alone or with a friend. I don't know who the fuck's checking the leaderboards with a friend for Kinect Rush, but, you know. I then got a silver medal on an episode, unlocking Silverado to get my first silver medal. In each episode, there's like a little completion bar at the bottom. After replaying the first episode in the Toy Story world enough, I was able to unlock the first buddy, unlocking We Belong Together. The buddies are other characters from that world that will help you get to certain areas in the level. They're called buddy areas. Next up, I unlocked Work-Play Balance, which is to complete the entire Daycare Dash episode without falling. And so what it means by this, there are sections in the level where you have to walk across tight ropes, and you have to just basically not fall. There are also zipline sections that you can't fall off of. The way the tightrope works is you have to hold your arms out to the side and lean left or right to keep your balance. The motion tracking on the Kinect isn't the greatest, so sometimes it doesn't detect you leaning and you'll fall off, but I believe the first time I actually attempted this, I was able to do it. It wasn't really that difficult.
Just come back if you want to play some more. The thing is, Woody's all...
And then after work/play balance, I unlocked second helping, which is to unlock your first secondary goal. The secondary goals, just like the buddies, are unlocked on the completion bar. So, again, once you get enough points in a level, you'll unlock the secondary goals. The next achievement, Golden, for winning your first gold medal, is easily obtained after you start unlocking secondary goals, because the secondary goals net you more points than just collecting the coins or completing objectives in the level. Once I unlocked my first secondary goal, I was able to go back in and get Golden. And after that, I got Absolute Perfection, which is to get your first Platinum medal on a level. I believe I unlocked my Platinum medal after I unlocked the second secondary goal in Daycare Dash. After that, I got Hat Trick, which is to win 3 gold medals in a row. I think you could just replay the same episode, and I think that's what I did. Next up, I got See What I Did, which is to share an award with Kinect Share. Again, the Kinect Share service is defunct, but you can still pop the online achievements for this game just by sharing it. When you go to share it, it'll bring up a buffering thing, and eventually it'll time out, but after it times out, you'll unlock your See What I Did. There is another achievement where we have to share 10 things. So awards you get in Kinect Rush are based on things you do in the game. There's an award to jump a certain number of times, to walk a tightrope a certain number of yards. So as you're playing the game, you're going to unlock these awards. It's based on like the amount you're moving, basically, because that's what the Kinect is. It was something to try and get kids active, kind of like the Wii with the Wii Fit board and stuff. So all of the awards you get in this game are just based on jumping, moving, stuff like that. So eventually I have to complete 10 of them, but I don't do that until later on in my playthrough. So after See What You Did, I unlocked You Are a Toy, which is to complete the Toy Story world. There are 3 levels in each world. They're not really that long, and like I said, it's a kids game, so they're not terribly difficult. You've got 2 base levels where you're just kind of running through, and then the final level of each world is like a boss level. And there is an achievement to beat all bosses in the game, but we've only completed our first world, so we've got a long ways to go. After that, I unlocked True Adventure, which is to complete your first world. That unlocked the same time as You Are a Toy, because obviously Toy Story was the first world I completed. And then I got Showtime, which is to unlock your first special ability. So after you complete a world, you unlock a special ability that you can go back in, and again, it helps you gain access to other areas. The special ability for the Toy Story world was the rockets. So after unlocking that ability, I then went back into Daycare Dash and unlocked the Say It With Rockets achievement for opening all boxes with rockets in the Daycare Dash episode. And then I got a new U, which is to unlock your first playable character. So in each stage, the buddy areas, there are buddy coins that you collect, and it unlocks a different playable character that you can use in each world. There are 4 coins in each stage, and for the Toy Story world, the buddy character was Buzz Lightyear. So after unlocking Buzz in the Toy Story world, I got the A New You achievement. After that, I got Better the Second Time Around, which is to unlock all secondary goals in a world. Just like the first secondary goals achievement, once you gain enough points in a level, you'll unlock all of your secondary goals as well as the buddies in that world. And then I got Toys Stick Together, which is to open all buddy areas in all Toy Story episodes. That's the way you're gonna get that if you're going for all of the buddy coins. There are a few where there's like an extra buddy area where it'll only give you coins, but you're pretty much guaranteed most of them if you're getting the coins. They're not really that difficult to miss. The later worlds do get kind of convoluted in where there's like hidden buddy areas that you got to really look out for or use a guide, but the Toy Story world at least wasn't too difficult. And then since I unlocked a Buzz Lightyear, I got To Infinity and Beyond, which is to play the entire Toy Story world as Buzz Lightyear. Next up, so that's the Toy Story world completely done. I then moved on to the Cars world, which I can say is by far the most difficult world out of... So there's 5 worlds. Cars is by far the most difficult, just because the tracking on the Kinect makes the driving super janky. Like, it is just so hard to control, and the first achievement I got in the Cars world is Steady Driving, which is to complete the entire Fancy Driving episode without hitting any obstacles. So I learned in this that you can hit walls. There are like barriers and walls within the stage, but I spent maybe 2 hours going for this. The obstacles the game's referring to are anything like there are cactus in the stage you can't hit, oil slicks that appear later, there's like stacks of tires, there's the lemons, they're like lemon standees you have to avoid. Like I said, the tracking is just awful. Looking this up, there are people that say to hold your arms as close. So the way the driving works is like you hold your arms straight out as if you're holding a steering wheel, and when you move your arms like you would steer a car, it's supposed to track for the game. I will say this, that it's kind of cool. I wish it was like... I tried holding stuff as if I was... to try and make it easier for me, because the game goes based off of the positioning of your arms. So if one is slightly higher than the other, it thinks you're trying to turn. I was trying to hold on to like the controller, but with the controller in my hand, it lost all sense of reason and could not understand anything you were trying to do. But eventually I was able to get through the stage without hitting anything, but it definitely was one of the more, probably the most difficult achievement in the game.
Might be a good idea to rev up that spin move. You were awesome, buddy.
Tater's right.
You're going to be a great racer.
After that, I got We Don't Need Roads, which is to perform a 100-meter glide in the Bomb Squad episode. The glide power-up is something you unlock just from your completion thing. Again, the glide is real finicky because sometimes it'll just activate without you holding your arms out, and if it activates too soon, you can't really get a decent glide. It plays a bigger factor in later once you unlock your boost mechanic, because all hell breaks loose at that point. It just... The Cars episode does not work properly. But after that, I got Checkered Flag, which is to complete the Cars world, and after you complete the Cars world, that's when you unlock the boost, and I went on to unlock Traffic Jam, which is to reach all areas using glide and missiles. It's not the boost you unlock at the end. You unlock missiles. But boost is a power-up you get, I think, in like the second world, or the second area of the Cars world. The missiles, you like shove your hands in front of you and activate. But the issue of getting to all of the areas is when you try to... A lot of them you have to glide to. When you try to activate glide after having unlocked the boost, it like thinks you're just trying to boost, and when you jump to glide, you have to like jump and then hold your arms straight out at your side. When you do that, it boosts and it just sends you flying straight forward. There's no like upward movement. So getting to all of the areas was super frustrating. There's one in the first stage, the fancy driving stage, that, like, I got so tired of having to restart, I would just... You can back up by holding your hands to your chest and leaning backwards, and it'll back up. I just started doing that, and even then, it, like... I just cannot explain how frustrating the tracking is for the Cars world, just on its own. The tracking for this game is frustrating in general, but just the amount of screaming I was doing trying to get the game to listen to me for Cars was... it's asinine.
In the spy car trade.
But finally, I didn't have to play the Cars world anymore, because after getting all of the buddy coins, I unlocked Lightning McQueen and played back through each stage as Lightning, unlocking I Am Speed. So that's the Cars world completely done. Next up, I moved on to Ratatouille. After Cars world, everything was pretty much smooth sailing. I had some difficulty in the Incredibles world, but nothing as frustrating as Cars. The first achievement I unlocked in Ratatouille is Throw It All Away, which is to throw 20 tennis balls in floodgates. I believe you can just pick up one tennis ball and throw it 20 times, because there isn't 20 different tennis balls in the level. So in each episode, each episode within a world, there are what they call hub areas. So the hub areas are split up by sections where you have no 360 movement. You're only moving forward. You cannot turn around backward and go back the other way. In the hub areas, you have free reign to walk around that zone. And in Ratatouille, the believe it's the second stage, the sewer level. In each hub area, there's probably about 2 or 3 tennis balls. But there's only about 3 hub areas. So I started off by just throwing the number of tennis balls that were in that area, but at the last hub area I just threw the same ball over and over and unlocked the throw it all away achievement. Next up, I got Can I Cook or What, which is to complete the Ratatouille world. After doing Toy Story and Cars, I learned the best way to go about doing this game is to go ahead and just complete the world. Because I'm going to have to replay them anyways about 3 or 4 times to unlock all of the characters and abilities in each stage. But I need the final power-up to even get to a lot of the areas. So I saw it necessary to just, like, yeah, if I'm playing and I think I can get... Each world has, like, a stage. It has, I think, 2 stage-specific achievements. Like the throw it all away. So if there's one where I'm like, oh, I can do that without a power-up, I tried doing that once I got into that stage. But otherwise, my goal at this point of starting Ratatouille, the Ratatouille world, was to just finish the world and then go back to each stage and try unlocking everything. So after completing the Ratatouille world, I finally got my 10th award. So I went through and shared 10 of them to unlock See I Can Do Anything, which is to share 10 Kinect Share awards. So I can now stop worrying about completing challenges within the stages and just play the game. After that, I got the achievement You Will Believe a Rat Can Fly, which is to perform an 8-second glide in the Rooftop Run episode in 1 try. This one gave me some trouble because it's the same kind of glide as the Cars world where you have to jump and then put your arms out. You have to get the perfect amount of height in order to get the right distance glide, so it took me a few tries to get this one, but again, nothing as difficult as the Cars world, but definitely still kind of frustrating. After that, I unlocked We'll Always Have Paris, which is to open all buddy areas in Ratatouille. I believe the first episode, Rooftop Run, and the last episode have like an extra buddy area, and the one in the last episode where you're running with Remy is kind of off the beaten path. So it's at this point that I learned that you have to actually complete the episode, because I went to all of the buddy areas and I was like, okay, well, that's the last buddy area. I'll just exit out. But it didn't pop the achievement. In order for the achievement to pop, you have to actually complete the episode you're in, and it'll pop at the end. So I was kind of worried that the achievement was bugged, but after completing the episode, it popped. Next up, I got Compliments to the Chef, which is to play the entire Ratatouille world as Remy. Again, got all of the buddy coins, so played through as Remy. And after Ratatouille, I moved on to The Incredibles. The first achievement I got was to actually complete The Incredibles world, which is simply super. Yeah, I'll say this. At this point, the playing this game is a halfway decent workout. And I can say after completing it yesterday, my legs were sore. And I'm kind of like, I'm going to miss it now, because I would play it after work, and I'm on my feet all day at work anyways, but I'd play it maybe an hour and a half after work. And I'll give them credit for the Kinect on this. It was a good way to stay active. Yeah, most people aren't going to want to play games by moving, but, I was able to, get a decent workout, like muscle burn there. So, by the point of starting Incredibles, I'm starting to get fatigued. But I can also say this. By this point, I'm not hating playing the game. Yeah, it's frustrating that the Kinect doesn't work. But I was not dreading playing this game. It is a kid's game. There are a few other Kinect games that I would like to try and get all the achievements for. Rise of Nightmares being one of them. So I don't know what it's going to be like trying to get achievements on a janky piece of hardware that doesn't work in an actual game. Like something that is going to require a little bit more skill. But we'll see when I get to that point. But I wasn't hating playing Kinect Rush. After that, I unlocked Super Poise, which is to slide through the entire Save Metroville episode without falling. This one is where the tracking thing really fucked me. In the Save Metroville, it's the boss level of the Incredibles world. There are sections where you have to jump over a pit. That's really the only spot you can fall. You can fall off the sides of the map, but the jumps are the parts that fucked me so many times. The way I would treat it is if I was actually trying to jump over this pit, but the tracking got fucked up the closer you got to the ramp. So what you wanted to do was like jump early, and then your character would jump over the pit like almost automatically. But if you jumped as if, this was real and you want to jump at the final moment, obviously to get more run up, because if you're like trying to jump a ramp, you don't want to jump in the middle of the ramp. You want to jump when you reach damn near the end of it, so you get as far of a distance as you can. But that's not the way it worked in Kinect Rush. But took me a few times, but I was finally able to get that one. And after that, I got I Can See in the Dark, which is to find all the night vision areas in Omnidroid Bash, which there's only one. So I don't know why this was an achievement. They were really reaching at the later worlds here, but yeah, there was only one night vision area in Omnidroid Bash. Next up, I got Super Teamwork, which is to open all buddy areas in the Incredibles world. And then, just like old times, to play the entire Incredibles world as Mr. Incredible. So, that's the Incredibles world done. We've only got one world left, and we've completed Kinect Rush. So, I moved on to Up, and unlocked Linear Thinking, which is the level-specific achievement for Up. It's to jump from zipline to zipline 10 times in the Free the Birds episode. Not really difficult at all. Again, we take those. And then, so after completing the second episode in Up, I unlocked All Around the World, which is to unlock all episodes in the game. And then I got Spirit of Adventure, which is to complete the Up world. I unlocked You Can Do It All, which is to unlock all special abilities. And You're Not the Boss of Me, for defeating all bosses in the game. And the Grand Canyoneer, which is to survive the Canyon Expedition, the final Up episode, without falling. I did that one second try, because the first time I attempted it, another issue with the game is, so you move by moving your arms up and down as if you were like full on sprinting all the time. And again, the tracking. So when you stop moving, it takes your character a second to stop moving. They'll like keep moving forward a little bit. And the first time I tried this, I ended up just running straight off the fucking edge. But my second attempt at it, I was able to actually do it. Far easier than the Incredibles one without falling. And after completing Up, you unlock the Whip, I then got Whip It Good, which is to open all areas with the whip. In the house chase, again, there's only one whip area. They were really reaching, but I then got Friends Forever, which is to unlock all buddy areas. And Second to None to unlock all secondary goals in the game. So we're nearing the end there. So after unlocking all of the buddy areas and getting all of the buddy coins, I got the Gangs All Here, which is to unlock all playable characters alone or with a friend. And after that, I unlocked Loyal to the End, which is to open up all buddy areas in the Up episodes, and A Friend Indeed for open all buddy areas in the game. So at the end of the game here, we're just popping achievements just in triplets. So that only leaves 2 achievements for Kinect Rush. I went back through the Up world and unlocked Senior Wilderness Explorer for playing the entire Up world as Russell. I'll say this about Russell is his backpack fucking takes up half of the damn screen. So in the first episode where you're doing the canoe, you can't really fucking see anything. And when you're on the zip line in the second episode, the camera bugs out and you can't fucking see what's in front of you. So that's great. But after playing through Up as Russell, that only leaves 1 achievement left, which I purposefully saved for last, and it's Stay Till the Lights Come Up, which is to watch the credits without skipping. I thought it would be kind of poignant to end with one that asks you to stay. So the credits in this game, you can actually view them anytime, but after you complete the game 100%, it does this kind of little cool ending thing where the kid that's been leading you around the park the entire time is like, man, you did literally everything. But never fret, you can go back and play everything again if you want. And then it like pans up to the sky and starts playing the credits. What sucks about the credits for this game in particular is you have to actually stand there and watch them. If you move off screen, the Kinect can't see you and pauses the game. So you have to stand in view of the Kinect for about, I'll say 15 to 20 minutes. After doing, I basically did all of the Upworld and this all last night. So it was probably about 2.5 hours of a rigorous activity, and then to just stand for another 15 minutes. Yeah, my legs were sore this morning. But after doing that, we unlocked the Stay Till the Lights Come Up achievement. With that, we complete our first game in the Xbox 360 games. With that, we complete our first game in the Pixar Xbox 360 Games Challenge. And that marks our 4th game in the challenge to get all of the achievements for. So that leaves 7 games to go. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you've played Kinect Rush, a Disney-Pixar adventure, leave them in the comments down below. If you want to see me get a tattoo, or if you just enjoy achievement hunting videos like this one, consider subscribing. But other than that, check back next time for whatever I do. Bye-bye.